Hey you guys, it's Valencia Jacobs Brown with J Brown Realty in Brockton, and we are here today in the Deer Park neighborhood of Randolph, Massachusetts. You heard that right, Randolph, Massachusetts, touring this beautiful raised ranch. Stay tuned to see the entire inside of the house. So this is the beauty we're going to be touring today. So if you were standing in front of the house, that direction, Highway 24 runs parallel. You can't actually access Highway 24 from going that direction. You do have to go back towards Randolph Center and go towards the movie theaters to actually get onto Highway 24. But we are in Randolph, Mass. This is a very residential neighborhood, beautiful subdivision here in Randolph that has been here a while. The property that we are going to be taking a look at today is a fix and flip by a realtor that I know. So we are going to take a look and see what they've done. Just from being right outside, very wide street. You are not super close to your neighbors. You do have a paved driveway and a 2-car garage. You have this brick wall that separates the landscaping from the driveway, which is really beautiful. You have some beautiful trees, not hanging over the property so much. This one looks like a maple tree here. But this is your raised ranch, and there also is some expansion to see, so you guys need to stay tuned to see all of the space that this property has to offer. So now we are going to take a look inside. This property is 5 bedrooms, oversized bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, and there is some additional finished space, patio. We're gonna see so much, so I can't wait for you guys to see the inside. Okay, so this is the front of the house. You have brick facing. Then you have some vinyl siding here. Usually these are bedrooms, so we'll see when we go inside. This house does have a gas meter, so it most likely heats with gas. And then as you see, there's a lower level. So in any raised ranch, you have 2 levels. You have an upstairs and a downstairs. So let's take a look inside. So right when you enter, they have some really large luxury tiles on the floor, which is nice, especially if you're coming in with wet shoes. You have a nice hand railing. You have a very beautiful chandelier. Very, very nice. So in a raised ranch, you will see things like few steps. So usually it's 5 steps up, 5 steps down. That is definition of a raised ranch. We're gonna start up first. You have these beautiful hardwood floors. One thing about hardwood floors, you guys, is they are timeless. They last a very long time. You can refinish them over and over and over again. So I love hardwoods for that reason. And just how gorgeous is this living room area? So remember, you guys, I said this was a rehabbed property. It was a fix and flip. So they've installed recessed lighting. You have this beautiful picturesque bay window. The staging is just, I love it. The staging is beautiful. They put this nice slab of granite up here, which is nice because usually it's just a railing. So it's nice to be able to see that. I'm not sure. Oh, that switch goes there, I think. Nope, not sure. Okay, so you do have vents for your heat. They are behind here on both sides. The fireplace is brick around the exterior, which it looks like they might have painted over this, but it's really nice. So you have this nice brick facade for your fireplace. So we have hardwood floors running throughout. So this looks like there's multiple living rooms. So this might be like your sitting room, your, the living room that you really don't sit in. It's more of the formal living room space. More vents on the floors. Okay, you probably have 8-foot ceilings in here. So it's not super high, but it feels nice and open. So we're gonna walk this way. So remember, we entered through those stairs and we came up. You have nice wide hallways. There are a ton of bedrooms down that hallway that I'm gonna get to. Remember, this house has 5 bedrooms, you guys. They have all these decor switches, okay? And we are gonna now come into the kitchen area. So this kitchen as well was renovated. They have laminate floors. So there must have been a different floor there before. The hardwoods, I'm sure, probably existed. And then you have the laminate flooring. You have these beautiful shaker countertops with the crown molding, all black fixtures. You have some really nice counter space, gas, stainless steel, Samsung appliances, which is really, really nice. I love when they have the griddle in the middle. That's always really nice. You have your GFCIs. So this was done correctly. Near your wet locations, you should always have GFCIs. Outlets. Okay, these are quartz countertops, you guys, with the recessed sink. So that's that light. That was nice. You have some more switches over here. Disposal. So fun fact, if your house is on septic, you should not have a disposal. I'm guessing this house is on town water and sewer, because they do have a disposal. I love that the fridge is over here. You have really great space between this like island seating and the fridge to open the door without it hitting. And I love that you can sit 2 seats here and you still have a whole dining room. So that's really, really nice. This was great use of this kitchen space. And you still have room here. So if you wanted to open up a wall or do something, you could. As you can see, the recessed lights continue into the kitchen. Okay. And now if we come over here, I'm sure I will find the switch here. You have your dining space. So this falls right off of your living room space. I love this wide open cut for your dining room. I love when things have a designated space. That's just me, but I love it. So you have your full dining room. You can probably fit a table that sits 6 to 8 chairs here. You have this beautiful chandelier. Look at this chandelier, you guys. It's so nice. You have crown molding trim running throughout. Your baseboard trim is clean all throughout. So they painted this like an off-white color. And it really gives somebody the option to come in and be creative with what they want. Here we're walking into what I would say is maybe a family room. It's like a second living room. You do have double pane windows, which is good. It's really nice. Your AC condensers are sitting out there. So as you can see, your vents are here too. So I'm sure this house has some really great ventilation. I'm going to find the light for in here. So these are also hardwood floors. These look brand new. These actually look like engineered hardwood floors. They're not, they might have been stained, but they're not shiny. So they didn't polyurethane them, but they do lead over into this section, which I'm guessing might be a master bedroom, you guys, or a primary suite. So you have this hallway. Okay. And I seen this little bump out on the outside, but I didn't know what it would be. But you guys, this is the primary suite. Ooh, this is wonderful. Let me turn on some lights. So you have recessed lights throughout this entire house. This section actually has its own heating zone. Okay, and this is your primary bedroom, if I had to guess. You have 2 closets, his and hers. You have 3 very large windows, double pane, and then you have a 4th window over there. You have hardwood floors in here too. These are stained a little darker, but guys, this is a huge room. Very huge room. I'm really, really liking what I'm seeing here. Very clean. And you have these double doors. This is so sexy. Okay. Come in. Then over here, let's see what we have. Over here we have, oh my gosh, this can be a walk-in closet. I know that's what they left this for. This has to be a walk-in closet for a woman. You have one ceiling light, but it's huge. Okay, and then over here, you have another closet for laundry, a stackable unit. There is lights in here, so that's good. Okay, you can see they kept some of the old baseboard, the old trim. So they salvaged what they could. And you do see that in the flip, but it looks clean. So they just painted over what was there. I'm sure they've salvaged some of these doors as they could and just replaced what they needed to. That's typical of a rehab. So over here, let's see what else we have. This is another closet, which I'm assuming would probably be your linen closet. It looks like there might be some type of gas line or something running in here, a water line. Over here, let me back this up. This is your primary bathroom. And guys, this mirror is huge. This mirror is huge. You have his and hers. You have the quartz countertops. You have tons of cabinet space. Don't we all need that, especially when you're living with another person? Having your own side is just absolutely wonderful. Then you have this lovely stand-up shower, fully tiled from the floor to the ceiling. This nice vent light. I'm standing in here and I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable in here. And you have this nice little niche cut out. Again, all black fixtures throughout. They kept that running, which is really nice. And then your toilet's tucked behind here. They should have just put a door. I would have just put a door for the toilet to completely close it off. Keep the smells in the bathroom. But this is a really nice version of a primary suite. If I wouldn't say so myself. I love the light fixtures as well. Those are really nice. And let's see about the other bedrooms. So this is like one whole wing of the house. This is like your left. Well, this is your right wing if you're standing in front of the house. So let's check out the other half of the house. And then don't forget, we still have the basement. Okay, so now we're back on the other side of the house. Remember, you enter there. And you have your kitchen there. Typically in these raised ranches, this is like a coat closet, so it remains as such. And there's always this bump out because there's stairs that go down under that. Over here on this side, you have a main bathroom. Usually this is for all of the guests. And they actually have this really neat light situation going on. So that's the fan. That just turned on the light. Night light. I don't know what light that is. Rain sounds? I'm not sure. But you can even play music from here, you guys. This is so neat. So they have that same luxury tile, that blue and white luxury tile running throughout, giving the house a pop of character. You have a really deep tub here. Okay, I can always tell a good flipper from a bad flipper with the type of tub that they install. Sometimes I see baby tubs and I'm like, not even a baby can fit in that tub, but this is a nice deep soaker tub and those black finishes run throughout. You have a nice vanity here. This is like a 18 or 22 inch vanity. You have this nice light with the light. So they really did it up, okay? The windows in this house do look to be existing, but okay, so that was your bathroom there. Then we come down the hallway here. This is probably a linen closet. Yes, as suspected, a linen closet. Very nice. More recessed lighting going down the hallway. Those hardwood floors continue throughout the house. You have bedroom number 1 here. Great for a kid. It looks like they're still getting some tape off, but really great bedroom. Hardwood floors, 1 main light, double closets, which is very common in these types of raised ranches. Then usually you have 2 more bedrooms. This is a nice size bedroom here with double closets as well. You have that ceiling light. Again, the windows are existing, guys. And then we walk over here, and this is your second zone. I might have missed the zone, but this is your second zone. Then over here you have another, what I would probably call a primary or a second primary. Maybe for an older kid. It's a nice size bedroom and it has its own bathroom. It also has a nice double closet. And it has a cute, let's get some lights on. It has a nice stand-up shower, mimicking the other bathroom's decor in terms of tiles. So this bedroom has its own bathroom in it. So this is great if you have an older kid. You can put them right in here, which is nice. Now let's go check out downstairs. Okay, so the only way to get downstairs is back through this main entryway, and then you walk down here. So basements, usually you never know what you're getting, but here, remember we had a 2-car garage. So not super high, but you can definitely get a few vehicles in here. It's spacious, so that's nice. They have some of their construction in there. These are on automatic lifts, so there should be some key buttons to open those up and close those up. You have your main ductwork running through here. It looks like the house had a whole house vacuum at one point. I wonder if that's still a thing, because those are really convenient and probably not used enough. All right, let's check out the rest of the basement. So you have your vents running throughout. So down here gets heat as well, if you're wondering. You have a nice storage closet. Over here you have a nice bedroom. Okay, and it wraps around. So this is a bedroom on the lower level. Could be a man cave. I would probably make it a man cave. But down here they have the vinyl plank flooring. It's not exactly the color of the hardwood as you see, but it is a nice clean flooring. These are good to put in basements because if you ever get water in basements, you don't want to have hardwood down here. So either vinyl planking or tile work well. And this is a really decent sized bedroom, you guys. Over here, there's a closet. There's some access panel for something, but a nice closet. So somebody could use this as a comfortable bedroom space. And then over here, you have like this open area. So it could potentially maybe become an ADU or a nice family space. So this makes your 4th bathroom, okay? Stand-up shower, nice mirror, toilet. They really use the space well. And you have lighting and everything in here. Very nice light fixtures. So they did a really great job rehabbing this. You have some more light fixtures here. These are some access panels, I'm sure, for the bathroom. And then over here, you have utilities. So I love that all the utilities are in one area. Your electrical panel, which looks to be about 200 amps, your furnace, your AC system, and your hot water tank are all in here. So that's very nice. It does have a slight wet smell, I'm not gonna lie. Not sure what's going on there, but over here doesn't smell like that. And this looks like it was plumbing for a sink. So there's this plumbing for a sink. So this probably had like some type of finished space down here prior to. And obviously they didn't want to have to go through zoning to change anything, but it has the potential to become, you know, maybe a basement apartment for a child or for a family member. If you need to move your in-laws in, that's a great space for that. So we're going to take a look outside to wrap up our tour. So I'm probably going to go to the back from the slider just so we can see it over there. I can't get over this living room. It's so beautiful. That fireplace, I'm not sure if it is wood burning. Typically, you know, we tell people to get a chimney inspector out to take a look before you start burning any firewood. So we're going to go on this slider here. Slider's definitely older. Looks like, you know, you should probably replace this down the line if you buy, but hey, they probably said if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Then we come out to this deck. Guys, this deck is nice. This looks like a 20 by 20 deck. Okay, I'm gonna turn around. This is like a nice 20 by 20 deck, and your roof looks new. This looks like it was done over for sure. but they salvaged some of the original pieces. Now, this backyard does sit up on a hill, so you would either need to do some serious hardscaping to kind of, you know, arch and level out, because you don't really have a ton of backyard. Let's walk to this side. Yeah, you don't really have a ton of backyard. It's mostly hill, so that could turn people away. These are your central air condensers. You do have a nice deck though, so that deck could really make up, but yeah, you don't really have any side yard either. So great house. If you don't really, you know, desire to have a ton of yard to have to do any work to, if you're not the landscaping type, I could totally see this one working. I think it's all personal preference. It looks like they took down a big tree. You do have some side yard here. The lot line, the grass kind of differs a little bit in between, so I'm guessing it just kind of divides right into the middle. There is 2 fences up there, one white, one brown, so it probably just comes down. So it's a pretty square lot, but it has this hill, so it's not flat, but it is probably like a nice square. And then they put some gravel here. So yeah, that really completes the outside. You have white vinyl siding out back, so easy to maintain. There's gravel down here, so usually, I'm not saying this house does, but usually if there's water issues, you want to put gravel around the edge of the property to help slow or stop any water coming in. Also, you always want to check your gutters. Gutters look like they're a little full. They probably could use a cleaning, so if it rains, it spills over into that area over there. So you definitely want to make sure you keep up with your gutters and keeping them clean. They're kind of detached right here. They probably just need to be fastened back up and cleaned out, but that is an easy way to avoid getting water into your foundation. So that is the house tour, you guys. Let me know what you think of this Randolph, Massachusetts raised ranch home in the Deer Park neighborhood. Let me know what you think. Talk to you next time.